96,771. That's how many MCP servers were sitting in the public registries yesterday afternoon, and almost none of them will ever touch your work. That's MCP top list, pulling from the official Model Context Protocol registry plus Glama, Smithery, and PulseMCP on the 2nd of August. So the question stopped being whether an MCP server exists for the thing you want. It does. The question is, which handful earn the room they take up inside your agent? So, 7 servers, ranked on one thing. How much they change, what the agent actually writes, against what they cost to keep loaded, and an honest bill at the end. Because installing all 7 of these is a bad idea, and I'll show you the arithmetic. Number 7 fixes the least glamorous problem you've got. Sentry MCP. And the problem is that your agent has never once watched your code fail. It reads the repo. It doesn't read the crash. Sentry's own server closes that gap. It lives at mcp.sentry.dev, logs in over OAuth so there's no long-lived token on your disk, and hands the agent your real issues, stack traces, and the events underneath them. It also opens up SEER, Sentry's own root cause analysis, so the agent pulls a diagnosis that exists instead of inventing one. Only about 800 stars, but stars measure attention, not usefulness. Your agent stops debugging the code you wrote and starts debugging what actually broke for a real person at 2 in the morning. But production errors are one thing your model can't see. The other is everything that happened after its training stopped. Number 6. Firecrawl MCP. 7.1 thousand stars. MIT licensed, and it hands the agent the live web as clean, agent-shaped text instead of a wall of HTML. 10 tools. Scrape, search, crawl, pull structured data, even read a PDF. Point it at a changelog or a pricing page, and it comes back as Markdown the model can work with. Your agent's built-in search is a librarian reading you the summary. This is the page itself, on your desk. Number 5 is the official GitHub MCP server, and I'm putting it this low for a reason that'll annoy some of you. 31.9 thousand stars, MIT licensed, built by GitHub. It hands your agent issues, pull requests, actions runs, code scanning alerts. 24 toolsets, over 100 tools. Enormous leverage. It's also, out of the box, the heaviest thing here, because every one of those definitions gets pasted into your prompt, whether you touch it or not. GitHub knows, which is why it ships with a toolsets flag and a read-only flag. So use them. Switch on issues and pull requests, leave the other 22 off, and it goes from eating your context window to finally telling your agent why a line of code exists. Which walks straight into number 4, because the same problem lives inside your own repo. Serena, from Arios. 27.4 thousand stars, MIT licensed. Most agents read a codebase the way you'd read a book by opening it at random. Grep, open a file, scroll 1,000 lines, hunt for the function. Serena runs a language server underneath. The same LSP machinery your IDE uses, across more than 40 languages. So the agent stops asking for files and starts asking for symbols. Find this function's definition. Find every reference. Rename it everywhere. In evaluations, cross-file renames and lookups that would take 8 to 12 error-prone steps collapse into one call. It's the difference between handing someone a filing cabinet and handing them the index. Number 3. Playwright MCP, from Microsoft. 35.8 thousand stars, Apache licensed, 70+ tools. Its whole design sits in one line of the README. It uses the accessibility tree, not pixel-based input, and needs no vision model at all. So when your agent looks at a page, it isn't squinting at a screenshot. It gets the same structured map a screen reader gets. Every button and field with a name, a role, and a stable reference to click. Developers who've measured both put a full-page screenshot in the tens of thousands of tokens, against a few hundred to a few thousand for the tree. Hold those loosely. But the other half isn't in doubt. The agent clicks the right button because it knows which button it is, not because it guessed at coordinates. Number 2 is the one Google shipped, and it does the opposite job. Chrome DevTools MCP went into public preview on the 25th of September, 2025. Now at 48.4 thousand stars, Apache licensed, 51 tools. Playwright drives the browser. This one diagnoses it. It hands the agent the console with source-mapped stack traces, the network panel, memory, and real performance traces it records and reads back. That closes the loop that breaks most agent coding. Your agent writes a change, the page renders wrong, and normally it has no clue. It's blind, waiting for you to describe the failure back to it. With this, It opens the console, reads the error it just caused, and fixes it before you've finished alt-tabbing. Right now, it sits at number 2 on MCP Top List's whole ranking, out of 96,000. Which brings us to number 1. Not the flashiest thing here. It just fixes the failure you hit most often. Context 7, from Upstash. 60.2 thousand stars. MIT licensed, the most starred server on this list by a wide margin. And it solves the one you've sworn at. Your agent writes confident, clean, completely wrong code against a version of a library that stopped existing 18 months ago. Context 7 pulls version-specific docs and real code examples straight from the source, on demand. And when they rebuilt it, they published the receipts. Shifting the ranking work off the model and onto their servers took the average from 9.7 thousand tokens down to 3.3 thousand, a 65% cut. Latency from 24 seconds to 15. Cheaper, faster, and quality went slightly up. That's the rarest kind of upgrade there is. Now the honest bill. And it's why I ranked these instead of just listing them. Add up the tools. Chrome DevTools, 51. Playwright, 70+. GitHub, over 100. Install this list as is, and you're carrying north of 250 tool definitions in every prompt before you type a word, and the benchmarks turn ugly past a few dozen. The model doesn't run out of room. It runs out of the ability to choose, and it stays confident the whole way down. So install these per project, not globally. Use GitHub's toolsets flag. Use read-only mode on anything touching a database. And remember, an agent reading data it didn't write is a prompt injection surface. And on Context 7, Upstash says it in their own README. The docs are community contributed, and they can't guarantee accuracy or completeness. Every star count here is from this week. They'll be wrong by winter. That covers most of what you're holding, but not all. Isn't some of this built into my agent already? Some, yes. File reads, basic search. A live browser console, your production stack traces, version pin docs. No. Playwright or Chrome DevTools, if I only pick one? If you want the agent to do things in a browser, Playwright. If you want it to work out why the browser did something, Chrome DevTools. And what about memory and sequential thinking, the two everybody installs first? Those sit in the official Model Context Protocol Servers repo, 89,000 stars, worth reading. But they're reference implementations, built to show the protocol off, teaching examples, not daily drivers. And that's not an insult, it's their stated job. So here's my question for the comments, and I want a number, not a name. Not how many MCP servers you've got connected. How many individual tools are sitting in your agent right now, and how many did you touch this week? Because that opening number isn't an opportunity. It's a warning about how cheap installing got. So, the 7. Sentry, for what broke in production. Firecrawl for the live web. GitHub for repo history once you filter the toolsets. Serena, so the agent reads symbols, not files. Playwright to drive a browser. Chrome DevTools to work out why it broke. And Context 7 so it stops inventing APIS. 7 jobs, not 7 installs. And look, if you got this far with part of your brain going, this would make a decent video, that's the exact instinct I built Zonix Motion for. Drop a script and a voiceover into the agent inside your IDE, hit enter, and a few minutes later, a finished motion graphics video is sitting there. The glow, the movement, the polish. No editor, no per render fees, running on the AI subscription you already pay for. One purchase, yours for life. Same logic as this whole list. Stop renting the expensive version of a thing you could own. And if you want the Vox-style cut instead, that's Voxera. Same one-click idea, except it needs Higgsfield credits in your account because the style is heavier to render. I'd rather say that now than after you've bought it. Both links are in the description. No countdown, no discount clock. If this saved you a weekend installing servers you'd have deleted by Tuesday, subscribe. That's the whole channel. Me doing the homework so you get the boring true version early. I'll see you in the next one.